God is the most important thing in your life. Right after God come your parents, and you're supposed to obey them in everything they say. You've got almost no contact with the outside world. The Amish have no electricity, TV, radio. All you know is the Amish way of life. But the day you turn 16, your whole life changes.
You start dating.
Go shopping at malls. Start dressing English.
Go to the movie theater.
Go bowling.
Watch TV.
Get a haircut.
Go to parties.
Get a car.
Go cruising.
Get drunk.
Sleep around.
Go at it.
Amish kids in the ages of 16 to 21 have to make a very difficult decision. They have to decide where they get on their knees before God, make that promise, and join the Amish church. After they join the church, they are expected to follow the teachings and the rules for the rest of their lives.
Part of me thinks I want to be like my parents. Another part of me thinks I want the jeans and the car and just kind of do what I want to do.
It is definitely getting tougher for young people. There's so much more to deal with. You just don't know what you're gonna do.
I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I wanted to be in life, except my only options were being Amish and wearing these type of clothes all my life. And now that has changed.
It all goes back to the question of, do I want to be Amish or not? That is the question. To be or not to be.
A key to what the Amish believe comes from 1 John 2:15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passes away, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of God abideth forever.
We want to be a chosen vessel, a group of people that are different from the world. We're supposed to be the light of the world. We're supposed to let our light shine, that they can see our good works and praise God, not ourselves.
We believe that you're supposed to keep yourself apart from the world, and you're not supposed to make life too easy for yourself.
We believe that the horse and buggy keeps our lifestyle simpler and slower. We have more time to think about God's creation.
We believe that after you're married, you should grow a beard instead of putting a ring on your finger, which you can take off.
We believe that makeup, jewelry, and nice clothes is all just vanity and is not good for our Christian mind.
We believe that a man is the head of the household.
And the woman is the weaker vessel.
We believe that you should have as many children as you can.
There are a lot of Amish families with more than 12 kids.
We believe that idle hands are the devil's workshop.
The busier you keep yourself, the more you stay out of trouble.
We believe that you shouldn't have insurance or any lightning conductor.
It's our Christian duty to help each other out if someone's in trouble.
We believe that using the Pennsylvania Dutch language keeps the Amish traditions going.
Tradition is very valuable. You don't need to know why.
You should just be satisfied with the way things have always been.
We believe everybody's life should be a witness to Christ. and that should speak for itself. It's a good religion. I mean, it really is. I really think it is. And I know for a fact that if I was Amish and stayed within the rules of being Amish, you know, and I had the right frame of mind, I'd get into heaven. I've always thought I'd be Amish. I'd be thinking, well, I don't want to be Amish right now, but in a couple of years I will. That's always the way I've thought, and now the couple of years ago. I've decided that's how I want to live my life. I'm gonna join the Amish church. It's like rebirth. You have to start over, completely over. I've got this girlfriend, her name's Sarah. She's not Amish, she's English. She said she'd join the Amish church with me, but that's practically unheard of. It's too hard for anyone from the outside world to make the change. Normally, Amish guys join church once they've found an Amish girlfriend and want to settle down. If your girlfriend's not Amish, well, you pretty much have to say goodbye. I'd have to forget everything. Everything that I've ever done while I was an Amish. Forget the clothes, forget the memories. I mean, how the hell am I supposed to do that? You know, but that's the way it's supposed to be.
I know I'm not gonna be Amish. I just know that. There's nothing wrong with your religion. It's just, for some people it's good, for others it's not. For me, it's not good. You know, some people can do it, but I'm just not that sort of person. I just enjoy driving too much. I mean, I enjoy having my car. It's too nice. But, yeah. Whatever they want, I guess. Turn 16, you finally get to do the things that English have always done. Every night's a party. If there's not one, you make one. I'm not planning on joining the Amish church, at least not anytime soon. I know I can always join church. They'll always take me back, no matter what I do. It's not a nice way to put it, but they're family. They'll always do that.
I remember when I first started wondering what it was like not being Amish. I started buying makeup and, you know, it just looked so interesting. I wanted to know.
Amish people believe that the outside world is the devil's playground. For us to be exposed to that is basically like playing with fire.
They've been so held back from everything, like even going to the movies or stuff like that. When they get to the age of 16, they just want to experience this whole new world.
The first turned 16, going to the mall was like my dream.
I felt that I could do anything I wanted to. It's just like, oh, cool, I can go do this, don't have to ask.
The biggest thing that changes when you turn 16 is you start going to parties.
What's happening? What are you guys doing?
Most Amish kids have cell phones, so if one guy decides to have a party at his place, he calls all of his friends, they call all of their friends. Within an hour, hour and a half, everybody knows about it.
Okay. Okay, see ya. Bye. Fast identità si come? I'm coming out.
Amish kids got the best parties. They got the wild parties.
The Amish kids or teenagers are known to have parties where you'll have several hundreds of kids there. They bring them in from other states. Some of the kids have it on their own parents' property. Usually the parents know what's going on. They just think, well, it's out in the back field and we're not going to mess with it.
The biggest party I've ever been at, there were over 1,500 people there that they counted. Amish kids from Montana, Florida, Texas, Indiana, Ohio, Illinois, New York State. There's so many people, all of them know each other. And you can go up to any motherfucker and say, hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Where you from?
You turned 16 like my first weekend. It was all the alcohol I could drink. Everybody just piling it on you. And it's just what you're expected to do.
First party I went to, I got really drunk. I mean, really drunk.
I was freaking out. I didn't know what a party was, but got drunk off my ass, puked, just, a couple beers.
Remember waking up the next morning in the front lawn under a tree. The tree was dripping on me because it rained during the night. Thinking, oh my God, I can't believe I just done it.
I was scared right at first, but I just kind of partied on.
Rumspringa, literally translated, means running around. It's a time for the youth to attend their parties and do those kinds of things. This Rumspringa is a time during which a person needs to make his individual choice as to whether he will follow Jesus Christ or not, and he cannot make that decision until he is accountable, which is generally accepted as being over the age of 16. He will hopefully, of course, make that decision positively, not only to follow Christ, but also to be baptized and become a member in the Old Order Amish Church.
To promise to God that you're going to follow and obey the rules and regulations of the church and abide by them to the best of your knowledge or the best that you can do.
For how long?
For life.
Oh, shit. Let's get to it. I hope that's it. Works for me.
You should close that window, it's blowing too much, Luke. You're gonna lose some of the carpet.
I wish I had my scales here. I'm selling pretty much to just support my habit. I mean, whatever money I make off of selling it, I put back into it for myself.
How much did you get?
Just an eight ball.
You spent it in the grams or halves?
3 grams, 1/2.
Got buyers?
Yep.
Cool.
Got it all set up. I'd say, myself personally, I spend I'd say an average of about $100 a day, $100 worth a day that I do, around a gram a day. Then I'm also working and my whole paycheck goes to that. After I dropped out of school, there was nothing really to do except get a job. So I was working full time. That was when I was 13.
I got a job now. I'm kind of glad I didn't go to school. Because, dude, I wouldn't have nothing. I mean...
In some ways. In other ways, think about it. If you'd have gone to school, might have gotten a scholarship, being like ready to go to college now. In 4 more years, you'd have a destination in life. You'd have a purpose. I mean,
Oh, you got a purpose, have
a
fun.
factory worker for the rest of your life?
Oh, that's me.
Have fun, man.
50 years ago, you worked on the farm. Your mom and dad were there as supervisors, and you worked with your brothers and sisters. And you didn't have a lot of spending money. Now they work in factories and they have their pockets full of money. Because if they have money, they are buying automobiles. Because they have automobiles, they have free access to liquor, and they have access to dope and this type of thing much more freely than before. It's hard to train your children to be different from everybody else. There's too much peer pressure.
Most kids live at home with their mom and dad during the Rumspringa. Me, I knew I wanted to move out, get the experience.
I moved in probably around the end of December, the beginning of January. Been living here since. It's February now.
Man, this magazine is bored.
I didn't tell my parents for like a month, and I just kept wondering what I was off to and what I was doing. I feel like most Amish parents do when you move out, you know. Why don't you just stay at home? Everything's free.
But if I was living at home, I couldn't have 200 channels of DirecTV, stereo, and Nintendo, and a fridge full of beer.
Oh, I can't stay for very long because a friend of mine's waiting outside.
Friend who? Who's the friend?
I don't even know his name. I'm just sitting there smoking crank with him. Well, actually, Crystal Method. I got over to my friend's house. This dude reaches down underneath the bed and I was out crying. I was like, hey. Well, actually, Crystal. So now I'm smoking it up again. I thought I was gonna stay clean. I'm sorry, Rex.
busted. Whose house?
Paul.
Yeah, over at Paul's house. They did a raid over there.
Got him with a couple counts of possession each, couple counts of dealing each, and a couple counts of intent to sell each.
Sting operation. They've been watching the place for the last 3.5 months.
Straight up, if he don't join church right now, he's gonna get his ass whooped. Bad. By every single drug dealer, you know.
Why?
Because we both got arrested. I mean, you know that story.
So?
The 2 people went to jail and me and Farron didn't. That makes us look like we snitched on everybody.
What happens, you know, it's fate. You can't control what's gonna happen. I mean, right now, might be somebody outside the fucking window with a shotgun. Step through the door, boom, I'm dead. What, you know, and if it's supposed to happen, it will. If it's not supposed to happen, it won't. I don't know, there's something wrong with me. And I keep seeing fucking light. I don't know. I mean, light like outside. Who the fuck's out there? Get the fuck in here. Fucking assholes. They can't see shit. Yeah, well, fuck yeah. Shit, I don't know. Am I going to heaven or hell? Sure as hell ain't gonna be heaven.
Rejoice, O young man, in thy youth, and let thy heart cheer thee in the days of thy youth, and walk in the ways of thine heart and in the sight of thine eyes. But know thou this, that for all these things God will bring thee into judgment.
During the time when I was Rumspringa, I did worry about, you know, what if I don't go to heaven just because I did, you know, just because I left? And, you know, people would say, it's okay, you know, if you have Christ in your life, it's okay. But it still, there was always just that fear.
The Amish people in general would not believe that a person is saved who was not baptized. And the Amish teenager would be considered lost if they would die or be killed during that time.
It's in the back of my mind almost every day that if I don't change my ways, I might not get to heaven. But I cope with it, I guess.
I think about heaven. I don't know if I'm going there.
I wish I could say that I have never opened a can of beer. You know, that'd be great. I wish I could say that, but I can't. Every time there was a party, I was there and I was drunk. I was just hanging out with anybody I wanted to, going out with any guy I wanted to. Who cares? I did things I wish I wouldn't have done. I didn't dress Amish. I went to a Baptist church. I didn't live at home for 5 months. For a girl, that's almost unthinkable. People started talking to me, my parents started talking to me, and they're like, you know, we really don't like what you're doing. but they didn't say, you have to change. I finally decided, I can't do this anymore, so I'm changing.
You turn 16, you go out and you have fun and party. Then you go back to the Amish, you join the church, and then you, like what they call settle down. And then you get married, and you have children, and you just do the same thing over again. I think my depression started when I was 16. At the time, I don't know that I was totally aware of what depression was. And I thought by drinking and partying that might make it go away. But it didn't. I was really struggling with suicidal thoughts. I didn't trust myself, and I knew that I needed to seek psychological help. I called my doctor, and my doctor referred me to Oakland Hospital. And that's where I was for about 2 weeks. It was really important to my family that I come home, that I not be at the hospital. When I went back, I felt a lot of pressure to join the Amish church. And I thought maybe I would just become a member. Maybe that would shine some light on some of that darkness. I didn't know what else to do.
You don't know how it is. There's a lot of pressure there for joining church. A lot of pressure. There's people pressuring, are you gonna join church? I don't know. Could ask me, man. That's my decision.
Why can't everybody do this like they want to? Why do you have to, but Dad always says, you brought up Amish, you gotta stay Amish.
When I moved out, my mom said the first couple days, my youngest sister, she would just cry and cry, and she wouldn't eat. That really hurt me because I was like, I love my little sister. What am I gonna do, It was during that time that my dad just called every day and every day. You think 10 people in the family, whoa, you wouldn't miss one person. But you do it. If you're sitting at the dinner table and one person's missing, it's like a big hole. This is how it's always been.
I don't believe you should join church just to make your parents happy. I believe you should do it for you, to make you happy. If you ain't ready for that, you shouldn't do it, just like marriage. It's for life.
This is the outfit I used to wear to go to church. I've got a suit to go with but it's not in there. I don't know where it's at. I've got almost too long hair to do this.
Who makes the pants?
My mom made these. Actually, she made these just probably a couple months ago for me, because they're for me when I join church. So she made these for me just a couple months ago, which was when I told her, I was going to join church and shit. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it.
What do you think?
God saves what's worth saving. That's kind of what I think. I'm not scared. Well, I'm worried. There's a lot of shit going on that I could get fucked, yeah. Definitely. I just wanted to get away from it. As long as they can't track me down, they can't get me, you know. But fuck it. If they catch up with me. I don't know. They're probably gonna catch up with me whether I run or not. You know, so. Gotta do the battery thing.
Why did Farron do it? Quite bluntly, keep himself out of jail. He's a pussy who was afraid of going to jail. Personally, I don't think he'll live that long. It's a well-known fact that if you knock out a drug dealer, you're liable to get killed. He knows, and I know for a fact, there were people after him. There were people that sat outside his house and were gonna kill him.
I am clean now, but I don't know if it's gonna last. The only reason I'm clean now is because I haven't gotten my hands on any. I tried once. And he told me to go fuck off because he was scared. After that, I was like, fuck it. Not even gonna try.
This was a bonnet I wore to church. It's been like 3 years since I last put it on. This was going to be my wedding dress. My boyfriend and I had already joined the church, and we were anticipating and preparing for our wedding. And about 4 weeks before the wedding, I decided that I could no longer stay Amish. I think he really personally struggled with the loss of friendships that he would have had to deal with if he would have left with me. But that was really sad. When I made the dress, I really liked it. I guess when I made it, I was thinking on the day that I would get married, I would feel like a queen. But now that I have it on, I don't see it that way anymore. I think I see it as something that covers up the girl that I really want to be. It makes me feel like I used to when I was Amish. Like I had nowhere to go.
The individual is more of a problem than anything else. The unsatisfied mind. Some of that inborn nature we can't deny. But that's one of the duty of a Christian, is to control that inborn nature.
That's really the main thing about being Amish. You don't question, you just
you just more or less just give up, you know.
The way a lot of the decisions are made by the Amish on what they will allow or not allow isn't connected to technology as much as some people think. A lot of it's based on their perception of how it will affect community and family life. That solar-powered battery charger, how's that going to tear your family apart? But the car, the television, the video games, you know, those things can keep you out of a relationship. Even as a young kid, I think I realized the benefits of being in a close-knit community. And if you're going to have good community, each individual has to give up some of that individuality.
I'm going to be joining the Amish church this fall. So right now I wear English clothes, you know, on the weekends and stuff. I do when I go with my boyfriend. He's going to be joining church this fall too. He'll have to give his license up, it's going to be hard, yeah, but I know he can do it.
It was hard to give up some of the stuff, you know, yeah, it definitely was.
What do you miss?
My transportation, basically, you know.
If I was to join church tomorrow, I'd miss my vehicle first of all, big time. Once you get a vehicle, you kind of realize what the other people are going through, you know, and what pace they're going. You know, if you got a horse and buggy, there's people going boom, boom, you know, going around you, and you're like, wow.
I don't think as much about my transportation unless I get on my bicycle like this morning. It was raining and oh geez, here I gotta go bike to work, you know. And
my clothes was the biggest thing. That was the hardest thing to change when I was joining church.
I did run a lot every day after work. Just put on shorts and t-shirt and go running, which now I don't do that because running in a dress.
I miss my music, you know, that I grew up with.
One of my favorite times was when I was at like Ozfest 99 and Godsmack and all those concerts. I love concerts.
The first, probably 3 or 4 years after we was married and joined the church, why, I thought for a while I just couldn't make it, but oh well, I got used to it. It's not that bad anymore.
After I left the Amish church, I was shunned. If you've joined church and then leave, they will shun you. The shunning for them is their last way of showing you they love you. They think that you're breaking a promise that you made to the Amish church. They're afraid for your soul. I lost the support of my family. Nobody would talk to me. It was like I wasn't even there. When I moved out on my own, my dad always told me, you can't live without us. The more he said that, the more I wanted to prove that I could. As time goes on, things keep getting brighter.
slept for 5 days straight. First 5 days that I was off, I slept for 5 days straight. I woke up like 3 times. And that was just to get a drink of water and eat a little bit. I'd go back to bed. My mom and dad thought I was gonna die.
Hold on, do it up. Let go. Go! Oh, you can't do that! Hell, where you at? I got a block. Oh, God damn!
When I first met Farron, he'd been clean for about 3 weeks. He never smoked weed or even drank beer or anything. So I knew him being himself, and I liked it.
She's such a clean girl and shit. She like never did drugs and shit. I don't know, I can't describe her. She's just wonderful.
It was kind of funny. I mean, I've never seen two people that I didn't think were all that romantic trying to act really romantic. Like at gas stations, he'd stop, run in, buy her a rose. And I was like, yeah.
All my aunts and uncles were like so happy for me, you know, that I got an Amish girlfriend. They kept on coming up to me. You got such a nice girlfriend, you know, congratulating me and stuff. When I met Emma, I was at a point in my life where I'd kind of given up on ever meeting someone. I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna go Amish and have a, you know, be a happy Amish bachelor. And you know, 3-4 years, maybe I'll run into somebody that, you know, I'll like enough to settle down with, and maybe she'll be stupid and, you know, let me enough to. And then, like, before I knew it, like, this beautiful, like, you know, this totally gorgeous and intelligent young lady, like, steps into my life.
I think it helps that me and Farron were both Amish. He understands my family, I understand his family. If he wouldn't have been Amish, I probably wouldn't have ever taken him home to meet my family.
A lot of the young kids, when they get together, they're allowed to date and stuff like that without being chaperoned, like somebody in English would have to be chaperoned. It's more or less condoned in some of the families that, not that they have sex, but that they get pretty intimate. You know, they're allowed to. You put them in a room together, in a dark room together. I mean, you know, things are going to happen.
Fascinating. Mr. Speaking Mrs.
Fascinating. Fascinating.
Ja. Ja, ze is nog Amish. Trouwelijk.
We've got the problems of unwed mothers, premarital sex, dope, drinking, smoking, and all that. We've got every problem that the society has got in the world today. If our young folks are involved in these things before they're members of the church, we have no jurisdiction over it. But if they got rid of all those things and come back within the ordinance of our church, we would welcome them back with open arms.
The good things about being Amish, they have one goal, and And their whole life they're working for that one goal. And the goal is basically to get to heaven.
Amish don't have to worry about violence on television. They don't have to worry about the telephone ringing off the hook. They don't have to worry about keeping in the style with the hair. You don't have to worry about your car breaking down. We can always go to a neighbor and borrow a horse.
I definitely think the stress is lower in Amish families. Just a slower pace of living. You think, man, I can't watch TV or nothing like that, you know. But you find other stuff to do. You communicate more with your family.
You're never alone. You have your church. Even if you move to another state, the day you move there, they will be there to help you unload your stuff. There's just a closeness.
Right now we're making porch swings. We've got like 3 different styles. We've got the hearts in the back. We've got just the plain without the hearts. And then we've got like a Quaker style. They're pretty nice. I don't know, most of our stuff is, or at least I think it is, you know. Out here's like most of the stuff that we made. A lot of it's covered in snow right now, but actually, I made that. We didn't have any patterns for that, but I saw a picture of it in a magazine, so I decided to come up with it. Dad's planning on building a big-ass shop out there, like to make stuff in. Hopefully, by next year this time, we'll have 30, 40 people working for us, have it all set up real nice out there. That's all industrial zone. It's all ready for it, you know. So, it's gonna be pretty nice. The most important thing in an Amish house is windows. Every room's gotta have as many windows as you can fit in. You need like windows all over because it like helps with the heat, like helps heat the house. The living room where we sit for like evenings and everything, gotta be to the west. You know, you get like longer sunlight in there. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 or so Bibles laying around. You've got to have your Amish directories. This is Ohio Amish. But it like shows where they live, which section they're in, like how many kids they have, what year they were born. It's just like a complete family history of every single family. We got a book just the other day, right here. I love this book. Okay, check it out. The songs that Amish sing in church, people wrote these songs because they were being persecuted for their beliefs. He wrote this song before being burned at stake in the Tyrol on September 6, 1529. These people actually got burned at stake, you know, they actually got like, you know, actually got killed because of their belief. God, you know, I couldn't do that shit. I mean, I couldn't. I don't have that kind of, I'm never gonna have that kind of faith. My dad's a preacher, and I love listening to him preach.
We always like to tease him about he's gonna be a preacher and stuff because his dad's a preacher.
You can like stand there and really preach about stuff.
Yeah, he just talk and talk. Like father, like son. I mean, if his dad's a preacher, he's got a pretty good chance of becoming a preacher too.
Do you know about that?
Yeah. Dan was so happy at that time. He and his family were getting along. He had a great job at home. He loved it. And then, well, we broke up.
I guess I a little just serious too quick with her. I mean, she's still kind of young. Well, really young, actually.
I remember when I first met Farron, he used to always say he'll be Amish. He wants that, but I've decided I don't. I just can't see myself living that way for the rest of my life.
That'd be like my dream. Marrying somebody like him, like just having a happy life. But life sucks. Lately, all I do is get drunk and act like a fucking fool. Got in a fight at the fucking bowling alley and shit. Oh man, it's just kind of going downhill again.
I remember one night when he called me down here that we had a fight. That was the first night he did drugs again. Sometimes I think, you know, if I would have called him back, maybe he wouldn't have.
When I was a young Amish girl, I never dreamt that I would ever have a career. Your options were kind of laid out for you. You would become a homemaker and a mother. If I would have stayed Amish and would have gotten married, I probably would have a couple kids by now. Probably have these little get-togethers with all the Amish women, these little coffee breaks and stuff like that. Just doesn't sound very appealing to me. I've been doing a lot of thinking about going to college. Something that I think I'd be very interested in would be being a counselor. I used to take counseling right after I left the Amish. I was really struggling at that point, and counseling was very helpful. It's very exciting for me to be able to think that I have all these options out there. It's freeing, it's awesome.
As soon as I turned 16, I started partying. People just go nuts, and that's what's fucked up. Step into it, go slow. Don't do what I did. Last month, I haven't slept at weekends at all. I do have to quit. Because it is becoming a problem.
Oh, my, okay, wait.
My parents supported me the best they could, and they tried to help me as best as they could. And for that, I love them. But I wouldn't listen. I had to do everything on my own. And I was the one that messed my life up. I seriously have no idea anymore what I'd like to do. So I don't want to do this all my life. I'm not going to do this all my life.
Changes coming up and through here as we have the cool, stormy weather staying in the west as it is this time of the week.
For most kids, Rumspringa means going out and getting wasted. Then you have a hangover and go back and join church. It's like a vaccination. You get a little dose of the outside world, just enough so you won't get tempted later on. And you'll be a happier Amish person if you had a choice. I used to be like that. But now I want to find out what the world's really about. I just want to, have a full life, So I don't know. Hopefully. Hopefully it'll work out. I don't know if what I'm doing is right. My parents say it's wrong because they're afraid I'll have no chance of living a Christian life. But I told them just give me a chance. I just want to see if I can actually make it on my own.
Sent me home one day because it was strict.
97214. Hello? You've got a lawn care business, right? Okay, you're not hiring, right? Yeah. Just whatever. I just moved down here. I'm planning on staying permanently, and I'm just looking for a job.
Probably you'll start out the first couple days edging and blowing. At first, you may not do it real well. I mean, it sounds simple, but there's like a skill involved. There's a technique.
We're willing to work with somebody that's not real experienced as long as they're really motivated.
Okay,
You know?
I mean, I'll do my best. I mean, I'll give my help.
I guess you just got here. Would you be able to start on Monday if we hired you?
Yeah, definitely. I'm able to start as soon as possible.
You have transportation?
Yeah, I've got a car.
Oh, okay. Just to make sure.
Thank you for coming out. Thanks for coming out. You go out this door here. It's easy.
We'll call you for you, okay?
Thanks a lot.
You want to respond? Yes, I want the dance boys to do it. To respond. I do not want to see anything personal from out of borough.
I wasn't wearing a seatbelt. I should have been.
You weren't wearing your seatbelt, were you?
I took mine off this morning, man. When we went to the gas station or someplace, I took it off.
Well, you're supposed to wear the lap belt.
You know me.
I know, but do you think this will, help?
What?
Do you think you'll start now?
Probably, at least, yeah, I'll probably start wearing my seatbelt now. But this is so screwed because now I don't have a fucking job.
Well,
Unless I get a car before this coming Monday. This really sucks.
at least you're all right.
Hi, Dad. This is me. Me, it's a Farron. Hey, ja, you called, so ich bin heute in Florida. Und ich bin alright, und du? Ich war gerade für ein Jobinterview. Und, unterwegs sich das Haus, und, dann habe ich, in Red Cat, und all the money's got up funny me rasken, so, ja, ich called, ich saw es, ich bin alright. Ich lasse etwas zu tun, sin Adress und Phone Number. Okay, bye.
Dear Velda, the admissions committee at Christ for the Nations Institute is pleased to welcome you as a student. CFNI has great many things to offer, and we are confident that you too have qualities the Institute family can glean from. The college is located in a big city, and I've never lived in a big city before. I've been to a city one time, and that was in Ohio somewhere. So that in itself is going to be a tremendous change. I did talk to my family about leaving for college. I think they're excited for me in a quiet way. They wouldn't verbalize it to me or tell me, you know, I'm really excited about you going to college or anything like that. But I can tell. I didn't specifically dream about going to college and going to school or things like that when I was Amish. I knew that there was more to life. At the time, I had no idea what it was. But I just knew that there just had to be more. I guess I never really dreamed that I'd be going to college. It really, if I really think about it, it really blows my mind.
The thing I like best about living on my own is I could do whatever I wanted. And I did. I had over who I wanted to have over. I had, you know, kind of little parties here whenever we wanted to. I had a great time. But, you know, good times always come to an end. I've been thinking about it for a while now and just finally set a date and said I'm moving home. I'm not moving home to join church. All my friends asked me that. Everybody said that for a little bit. Right now, I know I'm not ready to join church. You know, things could change, like I said, freaky shit happens. Things could change overnight.
Me and Emma were talking to one of the valet guys over at the hospital yesterday. I told him I was looking for a job, and he said they had openings there, so I'm going back today to see if they'll give it to me.
I know Farron can make a whole new start here. He starts his new job today. He's only been here like a week. Sure, he wrecked his car the second day here, but he's free here. No one knows him. No one can say, that's the boy that got busted. That's the boy that used to be a drug dealer and turned someone else in. He's free. What's fun?
Yeah. All right.
Here, let me do your makeup.
My makeup? Florida. It's beautiful. It's all that I imagined and more. I feel so much better about myself. I mean, I really do. I never thought I could feel this good about myself as a person. Shit still haunts me, like, at times, you know, what I did. Being an asshole to my parents, doing all the drugs that I did. That doesn't haunt me as much, though, as all the people that I got started on drugs and that are still on it. It haunts me that Paul's gonna spend who knows how many years in prison because of me, and I know I'll never be able to make that all right. I mean, the best I can do is learn from it and try not to do it again. I don't know if that's gonna be possible, but I believe it is.
Deep-seated within you is the idea that I am Amish and I will be Amish. Your parents and your community, your church has become such a part of you And the thought that you are different from the people around you is so deep-seated, it might never leave you.
September 12th is the day I'm going to be baptized. They'll have church just like usual, but it'll go a little bit longer. I have to go down on my knees and promise to stay with the church and rebuke the world, the devil, and my own flesh and blood. And then they'll baptize me in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. What I want to do with my life is be a true witness for Christ and try and be a good example to other young folks. Some people might think, whoa, that'll be boring, but for me, I'm excited about it.
I don't know if I'm still Rumspringa or I don't know what I am. I'm not English and I'm not Amish. I'm just me. Sometimes I kind of wish I would have gone Amish when I wanted to. I'd have it easy back there. I'd have a place to live, I'd have a nice job. That's what I was raised to be, and I would feel like nothing can change that because that's like God's plan. My brother's joining church this fall, along with a whole bunch of other kids that I used to hang around with from our church. My mom really wants me to come back and join church. I told her I might someday, and I might not. You know, Jesus didn't get baptized till he was 32.